Hello, hi, welcome, and thank you so much for being here. We're going to do a timeless and collective reading whenever this reading finds you is the right time. Keep in mind it's a general reading and see what signs, symbols, messages, energies resonate for you in your particular situation and hopefully bring clarity to whatever you're wondering. It could broaden your perspective, change your focus, help you see something with fresh eyes in a new way, in a new light. In the end, always trust yourself. The divine inner guidance, it's in you. And try to make balanced decisions between logic and intuition. So your decisions are sound and based in love and for the highest and greatest good of everyone. So we're all uplifted in love. Let's begin. We're going to start with the unsent letters. Let's see what God, Source, Holy Spirit, Grace, Consciousness, our higher selves, angels, and energies of love have for the highest and greatest good of all. Opening message to be helpful for the collective right now, please and thank you. You are my everything. I just thought of this song. I think it's Everything by BUBLÉ. Maybe you know this, how somebody feels. And for some of you, you have no idea how deeply someone feels about you, your energy, who you are. You are my good vibes. You are the butterflies in my stomach. You are that person that when I think about you, I smile. You are the feeling, wow, this is really a nice place to start. I almost feel like this person has wrote down words like this and just had no idea on how to approach you or how to maybe speak it out loud. I feel like somebody is definitely holding back on saying these things to you. You are the feeling of total happiness. You are the warm feeling of being loved. You are the sunshine that breaks through the clouds on a rainy day. You are the reason why my life feels complete. You are my everything. That's a really strong message to come through for you guys. I feel like for some of you, this is somebody really close to you. They're there. Maybe they're just not a words kind of person, but they show it through their actions. And I feel like for some of you, there has been distance or time, and maybe you energetically feel this, but I feel like somebody is really thinking about how they can come back or how they can express themselves to you, express their truth, their heart, their soul. It looks like they're bearing their soul here to you. So, woo, my goodness. All right, now, this is a big one. All right, with that being said, let's go to the divine truth. So I'm going to split this in two. Let's get some divine truth messages, energy, insight, clarity for you guys. For some of you, this could also be your energy, your, vibrational feelings towards somebody else. I'm getting for a lot of you, this is mutual. Clarity for you are my everything, please and thank you. Expression. Well, maybe somebody is just trying to figure out how to express themselves. But I feel like, it does. I feel like somebody has been thinking about this for a while or like trying to write it. I just see somebody writing something down, even overthinking something to the point where they're trying to almost have a conversation with you and you're not really there to see how that conversation might go. But there's somebody here that it's like you make them want to dance and sing. It looks like this person's even doing karaoke here. So maybe somebody's writing you a song as well. I want the whole world to know that you are mine and only mine. I feel like some of you have somebody worried that you have moved on, or you might, or that somebody else will have these deep feelings for you. And I feel like somebody is worried that you might feel the same way about them, like this other person and not them. But I feel like that's all, for most of you, in this person's imagination. Clarity on expression. What else would be helpful? Yeah, it's about you. It's all about you. You're the only thing they can think of. You are different than anyone else they have ever met. I mean, look at this person. It's like maybe somebody that would never get up and sing karaoke gets up there. Somebody that would never like do that dance in public will do it for you, or maybe in public. I feel like somebody is really stretching out of their comfort zone. And I feel like that's because of you, because you make them comfortable with who they are. I feel like somebody is actually only worried about what you think. You make me feel alive. That's really beautiful. And as somebody that chooses you without a doubt in their mind, you are the one for them. And it is somebody whose heart is yearning for you. So maybe somebody is waiting for you to change something, to come back into their life, or there is some space between you and a certain person. But I'm getting, even if you're really close to this person and you see them all the time, you maybe even live with them, I still feel like when they go to work, when they go to the store, they kind of like always want your energy there around them. Another message for the collective, please. Texting. Well, yeah, when you're not there, they're even looking at their phone, hoping that your texaroo pops up. I feel like even if it's something really simple, they get really excited when your words come through, when they just get to know that you are thinking about them at that exact moment. I'm even getting, for some people, like they can't exactly always text right back if they're at work. They're not technically supposed to have their phones, but they're still like, you give them a little, burst of excitement and butterflies when your text comes through. Maybe for some of you, if you haven't heard from a person in a while, it does start through text, but this is somebody who's constantly looking at their phone just to see if it's you that's on there, not anyone else. You're the one that they're looking for. I love getting your messages. For some of you, this person might have a special text sound or ring or something like that, and it gets somebody extra excited when they hear it, even if they can't really look at their phone. Let's go to the other half. What else would be helpful and insightful for the collective? I am seeing, even though it's just text, and sometimes texting can cause confusion or miscommunication, I do feel that you and a certain person have like a certain little language or, I don't know, way of texting each other that is kind of a different style than you have with anyone else. I hope that made sense. What else would be helpful? Please and thank you. Ooh, we also got a little bit of a player energy. So maybe this was past energy. I mean, if somebody is choosing you without a doubt, and you are theirs and theirs alone, maybe somebody is thinking about if you are playing the field, or if you are seeing someone else, if you are going out on dates or happy with someone else. But maybe some of you also had a player energy, and in and out, somebody who had maybe a lot of options before. Maybe they were texting a lot of different people before. I still feel like you kind of came through, blew their heart open, opened their soul so that they can express themselves differently through you. And I feel like maybe that's why somebody wants to come through and tell you these beautiful words, because maybe they just weren't so serious in the past, or they told you they didn't really want a relationship, or they didn't want to, you know, get too deep into anything. They're not at that point in their life where that is, you know, a possibility, or they're interested in, or they have time for. And I feel like for some of you, you may have even thought this person was a player, but maybe it was just flirting for some of you. For some of you, it could have been a real player. And I do feel like you've sort of flipped somebody's mind and energy around. It looks like this person is now ready to get down on one knee. But this is somebody at one point that was immature, an immature lover. Maybe even not even an immature person, but immature at maybe not even loving, but loving you the way you deserve. I am seeing that this is someone who may have had a lot of experience in the sexy department, but not with a deep divine connection. It was much more physical. I do see someone as becoming more emotional, and they're recognizing how different that intimacy is when there is somebody that they care about on another level, where you got them writing poems. So this is somebody that was immature or is immature for some of you. For some of you, if you have somebody over here, just be aware, because there's different situations for all of you. You have somebody here looking at you like you're their everything. It is possible some of you have moved on, or you're entering in a situation where just have the awareness there may be a big difference in this person's energy than that person's. Maybe it's fun text, but if you get a feeling that someone isn't quite there and you want something serious and you're not on the same page, then this is giving you a little message to be aware there could be a player in the field. And if you don't want to also be playing the field, then you have to have discernment if that is or is not for you. Maybe it's a great time, and maybe that's all you're looking for right now. But if there is somebody and it is not the same vibrational match, or you're not getting what you deserve, then this is coming in either as somebody in the future or somebody you already know that really wants to give you what you deserve. So it is telling you beware of somebody's intentions. Also, for some of you, since I get different messages, if somebody is giving you all the big, beautiful words, but their actions are saying otherwise, maybe you have to take a little step back and really look at how someone is truly expressing themselves, their follow through, what they intend, and see if that is good for you. Let's get another message, but I am sort of seeing that this is growth that somebody has had from maybe a spiritually immature place or emotionally immature. And I do feel for the biggest group of you, somebody's intentions have changed. Maybe in the beginning they just wanted to have fun, but I feel like something happened. You came along and you changed everything. So clarity for the collective. Let's get another message. Yeah, somebody had only, that's sort of what I was saying with that person's energy. I feel like somebody in the past only had their own old partnerships to like compare something to. I don't think you are something that is like anyone else they've ever met before. For some of you, you could be dealing with a person. This could also be reversed. You could have someone that's come into the picture and totally changed how your world looks, what your viewpoint is on relationships, what could be. But this is where somebody was looking at maybe what they were taught, the family they grew up with, their friend's family, you know, what they see in their work environment, what they see on TV, what they see on the TikTok, you know, the social media as to what is a perfect relationship. And I feel like it was all just like a cover story. They never really got to open something and see how something could be really deep and different and incomparable. So this is giving you an idea of why maybe somebody had actions that weren't in alignment with you, or maybe how deeply you saw who they really were. I feel like you made something clear to somebody, but this is somebody whose views on relationships were just distorted because of past relationships. Because they only saw what they knew. They only knew what they experienced. And if your experience is something completely different, that can make a lot of changes and also confuse somebody. But it also means there has to be change and growth, acceptance, flexibility, and energy put into something to see what it can be. One more from this. Clarity on expression, you distorted player, texting, you are my everything. Distorted. There's a band called Disturbed, and I know they have a popular song, and I can't quite get the name of the song. But I will find whatever it is and put it below because I feel like that needs to come through. Yeah, somebody has changed their priorities because of you, or you because of them. I don't think somebody wants to be in that energy anymore. I don't think they found their fulfillment there. Maybe they thought that the grass was always going to be greener until they met you, and you've got this field of spiritual growth about you in a different light, a different energy than anything they've ever seen. It looks like somebody wants to, it's interesting, these even look like each other. It looks like somebody wants to take that mask off, get down on one knee, ask for forgiveness, maybe even listen to you a little bit, get up on that platform with you and walk hand in hand. You even have the same kind of thought bubbles. And now your love is coming from both of your thoughts. You are no longer an option. I am making you priority. And it's, that's what I said before. There's something I said about somebody's actions matching their words. This is where their beautiful words are their truth, and their expression on their actions is going to match. That's really lovely. All right, I just thought of Isn't She Lovely by Stevie Wonder. It's a nice song. Isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonderful? All right, let's go to the, all right, I have something a little different. It's the Steampunk Tarot, but I wore my first copy out and I liked it so much, I bought another one, and then I kind of put them together, so it's two of the same tarot decks, so who knows what'll come through. But let's get a little bit of clarity on the movement of energy, or clarity for you guys, to bring you a little insight on maybe the situation, also maybe a totally different situation. What would be helpful and insightful for the collective, please, and thank you. I looked at this priority and I thought of priority male, and I had another Stevie Wonder, so maybe little Stevie wants to come through today. I thought of signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours. And then that made me think of I'm Yours by Jason Mraz. Oh, that's such a cute song. Clarity on. Oh, wow, guys. Yeah, you have somebody that wants to come through and give you their heart. They're recognizing that your energies together create this not only merging, almost like a caduceus, this beautiful energetic rope of yin-yang energy, but it's a beautiful balance. Somebody recognizes their energy with you, gives a different spiritual light than anybody else. It could also be that someone somewhere, you or someone else, recognized if anybody did not give that same beautiful merge of love and light with you, that's a release of that. So someone that has that can come in. I always feel like with the Two of, it's like one of my favorite cards. It's just so beautiful. I feel like it's just simple. It's where two hearts, two souls, two people choose to be together. Out of desire, out of want, out of love. It does look like you are actually creating something together here. So maybe this is also somebody that you create dreams with or you work really well with. Clarity on the Two of Cups, please, and thank you. That somebody's going to come through maybe as a tiny message first. This is somebody who feels the butterflies, that feels like they are falling in love. This is someone who's also starting to trust their intuition. Maybe they didn't before. They only trusted what they saw, not what they felt or knew. Because this is someone who usually can read energy, but they're still sort of fresh and new at it. They don't always know exactly what they're reading. This could also be someone who's so empathetic or intuitive that sometimes they can't quite distinguish their energy from someone else's. Someone that goes in a room and sort of like gets overwhelmed by the energy of the room. This is a page, so it can be somebody coming through and just starting, maybe not with these beautiful expressive words, but maybe just like an I miss you, or a hey, hello, how are you doing? Or just starting to ask you out, or you're just starting to date. This could be somebody that's very young. Also, the energy of immaturity. Here, it doesn't have to be an age thing to be immature. And it doesn't have to be lack of experience to be new and fresh in something that can create tremendous growth in a person's heart and soul. It can just mean that this new relationship or this particular relationship is so new to this person that they have a lot of learning to do. They got a lot of growing to do with you, because of you, and for you. So you got to give them a little grace if they're learning. I do feel like this person wants to learn pretty fast. Upside down, it's somebody who can get overwhelmed in their feels, in their emotions. Sometimes even act too much upon those emotions or completely bottle those emotions up because they absolutely don't know how to express them. It looks like this person is very much out of place in that outfit on the beach. And sometimes this is the energy of a fish out of water, not quite knowing your environment or what to do with that special person. But it looks like I do see something once this offer comes through, or this potential of romance comes in. You got a spaceship up there, man. Looks like something's gonna, take off like a spaceship, not even a rocket. Let's get clarity. So it can be, and it can also be a water sign. It doesn't have to be, but if it was a water sign, it's Pisces, Scorpio or Cancer, but it could just be that somebody's tapping into their feels, or they have, you know, more water in their chart than you knew. Clarity. I do see with all that texting that this is somebody who was maybe very analytical, very much in their logic, very much in their mind before. Even if they felt a lot, they don't know how to put it into words, but I feel like somebody's really starting to work on that. Or they can get really good at it with you if you make them really comfortable. Yeah, somebody was trying to figure out what decision to make before you or someone else. It could have been you too. If you were connected to any person, they were confusing the you-know-what out of you. How do you make the right choice for you? Especially if you really desire something, but you don't feel that it's maybe quite right or quite ripe or ready. What do you do with this energy? This is very much sitting on the fence, analyzing something. This person is literally analyzing the growth here. But it's attending the garden. It's the Seven of Pentacles. So sometimes you have to wait for the season to change. You have to wait for something to grow in proper timing, as it should. It's not forcing that to come out of the ground before it's ready or has its roots. And it's not plucking the fruit before it's ripe. And it's not letting the fruit on the tree for it to go mushy and then it's past its like due date. It's knowing when something is just right, allowing something to grow, but attending this partnership, this garden, or yourself in the meantime, every single day. It's knowing when to put a lot of work in, extra time, attention into something when it needs it, and when to just let it go. It's a bright and sunny day and it got a little bit of rain in the morning and you don't really have to do anything. You pulled the weeds yesterday. So it's relaxing sometimes. And sometimes if you take too long and you see a bunch of weeds in that garden, you need to go out and attend that garden. So something doesn't get overwhelmed. Have that conversation before it gets swept under the rug. If something is not getting enough water because it's a long dry spell, it's giving someone that little emotion that they need. Or that sunny energy that they saw you as. But, you know, you can also have too much sun. There needs to be a little bit of dark. There needs to be a balance. So if you're always giving your light to someone and constantly being there, you need to be the moonlight sometime and be that reflection of energy to create balance. I hope that made sense. But this looks like somebody is paying attention to the details. I'm even getting, like, taking note on how much they've grown or how much they have changed. Maybe even how much you've changed. This is energy in your everyday world. And with a 7, it's the energy of destiny, growth, expansion. Clarity on that 7 of Pentacles. Somebody's definitely putting in the work. Maybe towards you, working on making you a priority, working on expressing themselves different, working on changing their ways, working on growing up, working on a partnership. Or maybe this just is the energy right now with where you are, that it's about working well with others, not just this partnership of the person. This is doing something you love to do. Putting your energy in every day to something that makes you happy. This is a whole environment where you are recognized for your specific skill. Look at how different these people are. This person's like this one, analyzing, making the plans, looking at the map. Then you got a girl reading tarot cards, very much in her Pisces kind of energy, you know? Looking at the energy of the situation and helping people with totally different things than that person up there, you know, with a hammer or hanging something. But they're all working together. So it could be that this, maybe you came in, inspired someone to work well with others, or get into an environment where they are appreciated, valued for whatever skill they have, their personality, their background, their education, their lack of, their expertise, or how they are new in something and have the potential to grow, because this is growth and building something, but together. So whether that's an environment or with one person. Upside down, it's not in the right environment or partnership where there was any growth. There were too many weeds. There was too much immaturity, too much indecision, not the right time invested in the right person or the right place, or not the right appreciation of time that you have invested or someone else did put back into them. So, Three of Pentacles. Let me show you all these cards. See how they look together. And these are all minor arcana. You know, this is your heart, your partnership. This is you with the seasons, attending your garden. Also the energy of having patience with yourself, with someone else. Even with a work environment or something building, a project you're working on, you growing in any kind of new environment. Let's just get one more to bridge all of these, please, and thank you. What is the bridge between the Three of Pentacles, the Two of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles, and Page of Cups? So there's emotions here, and then it looks like with the Pentacles, that's 3D world. That's your everyday environment, everything in the what you can touch land, everything that you physically put your energy into. So it looks like these emotions are changing you or someone else's physical environment and decisions and energy in your everyday. One more. And you have the Ace. So whatever you're doing, whether this, for some of you, this might not be a relationship reading. You know, your priority right now might be work, or something you're building with maybe a group, family, friends, on your own. Some of you, this is something you're working on your own, but then getting to meet the right people different from you to help your work expand and grow and bring prosperity. But whatever is growing, whatever is being offered, it's like a golden fountain of love. It's in this beautiful, like it's in a pond. So even if it's unplugged, I feel like there is still the potential to have something grow and flow. And these lilies blossom out of the muck, out of the mud. So any kind of muddy, mucky situation might bring the most beautiful blessing, or help you or someone else to really blossom spiritually. And that could be past situations, feeling emotionally immature or in the dark, breaching the surface. You have the Dove of Peace. And this Ace is just potential. It looks like, I mean, you get past the Ace of something that you love to do or a person you love to be with. Somebody definitely wants to offer you something. They want a fresh start. They want a new chapter. They want to try again. They want to try for the first time, but in a new way. Here it is, because I look at everything both ways, where that fountain is constantly being drained or unplugged, where the water is always muddy and nothing ever blossoms out of it, where it feels like the other person always brought an empty cup and you're always the one filling it up, or somebody wasn't receptive to an offer. There has to be free will and mutual desire for this really to start flowing if it's a partnership. And let's get you one more. I hope this reading was helpful today. Let's do the super attractor. Oh, Rose. Oh, she's comfy here with this reading today. It is a super attractor for the collective. To sum up this energy in this reading, please and thank you. One more. Facing my shadow removes darkness from the world. I did see you as maybe, for some of you, having to turn your light out. That looks like a big spotlight. Maybe your light or your energy was turned out for a little bit to make someone able to turn their own inner light on. Or this is somebody having some inner reflection and true desire to change, maybe ways that aren't working or were never really filling up their heart, their cup, where that water always kind of felt distorted and never right until you and or someone else, and both, have that beautiful light inside of you. And to face the things, and this is not just the other person. It is possible this person had, affected you in a way where you started noticing things that maybe you accepted and you shouldn't. Or were things that were deep in there from even childhood. Wounds you had from past relationships. Even environments that just didn't work out, were not productive. And you looking at that reflection is where you can grow, where you can change. Because if you ignore something and it's buried in there, it comes up as triggers, or it comes up when you don't expect it. When you face it, that's when you can put that chapter aside and, really move into the energy of spiritual maturity. But it's a constant back and forth. We live in a world of opposites. There's a dichotomy of everything, yin, yang, black, white, as above, so below, hot, cold, wet, dry, I do feel like it's finding that maybe beautiful Goldilocks zone. And even if you're in that dark cave, all you need is a little tiny light to see the writing on the wall that was there the whole time. Let's get one more. Living with purpose brings me prosperity. And when that purpose involves what you love to do, what you get to do, who you enjoy becoming all of the time, because we're always growing. And like when you follow your joy, you follow your purpose, you follow your happiness, all the doors will open up for you. And it's not about bringing in the money and the prosperity and the abundance. You're already in the energy of abundance and having an abundant mindset where it doesn't matter what stage you're on, what part of your growth you're in, because you already feel like you already have it all. With this, I bid you adieu. I love you so much. I hope this reading was helpful. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you very soon.